2020 Tantra on Amazon. Info in the description. What's up, YouTube? So why females should care about males not spilling their seed, and why that's huge for the harmony of Earth, or life itself. I shouldn't say Earth. Life itself. Can't separate Earth from the sky, from the ocean. Nothing's separate. So why does it matter for females? Because nothing is separate. If the male destroys itself, it destroys females. It's that simple. So any mother that has sons would behoove her to teach her sons or point them in the direction of Tantra, or the info that comes with that lifestyle, the lifestyle of Tantra, because that's complementary to life. She can't even love other women if she wants her sons to go out in the world and spill seed like that. Because then the women in the world can't even fully experience sexual experiences to the fullest capacity if the males aren't tantric, or tantric, however you want to call it. If the males aren't at their full potency and capacity, then the sex itself is in dysfunction, the whole rhythm itself. So we're creating from a dysfunctional state, so there's no harmony in the creative process physically. That's just the end result. That's not even the emotional part of what the rapage that is involved in the sex that's happening that's not tantric. Because the male is raping himself, she's raping herself. Then they both get raped outwardly in various ways. Maybe actual rape, maybe money rape, maybe somebody robs you, maybe somebody kidnaps your child. Some type of rape, you are attracting it when you rape yourself like that. And that is what a male is doing when he releases seed inappropriately, and when not in harmony with nature. And when it would be, only way he would know to do it is if he's at a harmony already. So the body's already got to be at a certain frequency. There's got to be certain consciousness in the house, in the body, to even engage in proper intercourse, to even know what to do or what not to do. So it's a certain level of consciousness that comes with different levels of sexual activity. Or, I guess you should say lack thereof, because you're kind of getting out of the way of the proper sex. Instead of forcing and raping, you're allowing the bodies to do what they already naturally can do, and at the level they would like to do them. People are, you can either ride a Ferrari or you can drive a Honda. That's basically how you're looking at it. You know what I mean? Like, we're all going to ride the same road. You can get your body totally tuned up and it's a Ferrari, and then you can experience everything from the Ferrari state, or you could just be a Honda. It's just whatever you want to do. But as far as it's directly destroying the harmony of females, males can't even be good to females if they don't respect themselves. They got to respect their seed, which is their past and their future. So they have to respect that. They can't just sling that everywhere. If he used you like a fire hydrant and just slung that on you, he doesn't love you. He doesn't love himself. It's just facts. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's the reality. If he doesn't respect himself, he can't respect women. He can't respect the feminine side of him. He can't be the divine masculine. He can't fully embody it. So he can't fully express it. So then women can't embody the divine masculine within them. So there's disharmony within women, because the divine masculine has to be expressed in masculine form. Somebody has to express it for continuity, to set the tone. There has to be the balance in that. In physical form, there has to be an absolute nothing and an absolute something. Absolute feminine, absolute masculine, however you want to look at them. So it has to happen. Absolute masculine comes in a masculine body, the perfect balance of masculine. It will appear feminine probably, because it's balanced. It won't appear feminine, I shouldn't say. It'll appear feminine in the sense that it'll be pointed but won't pierce. You don't want to be overly masculine, because the more you sharpen your blade, the more it blunts. So it's really just about the respect of the harmony of the masculine and feminine principles within you, and stop identifying with one and being a fragment or a fractal of a being instead of being a whole being. If you identify with male or female, you're like a piece of a being. It's not, like you're everything. So if the male respects his seed, then he can respect you. Then he can embody what he's supposed to embody, and then you can get the proper contrast. Then you know what not to do, and that shows you what to do in life. That's what harmony is. You know what I mean? Like, it's just when life's going to show you what not to do, then you feel in what to do. That's it. That's it. That's just matching the silence of life and the rhythm of life. the harmony of life. That's it. So that's why it's directly affecting females. Because if he doesn't have blood in his brain and all his blood is in reproduction all the time, he can't be good to you. He can only be good. He can only be a penis. He can only be a human wallet, because he can only focus about food, sex, and sleep from that level if his blood is welled up at that level constantly. Would you want that for your son? Would you want that for your brother? Would you want that for your uncle, your father, as a woman? Would you want your male people in your life to be spiritually decapitated like that? Because that's what that is. So that's why it matters. That's why it matters. It's that simple. You can't be happy if your masculine side is in imbalance with your feminine side. And that happens, that's inner and external. So, yeah. None of us are happy if one of us is oppressed. And the more sensitive you become, the more pain you feel from the smallest thing anyway. So it always balances out. So you have to realize the oneness. And once you do that, then you stop seeing the separation. Then there's no battle of male and female inwardly or outwardly. You don't see that no more. There's no competition no more. Because if you don't compete, then no one can compete with you. I'm going to just leave it there. So that's why it matters. And then for another thing, females, if you accept that corrosive, lustful energy from a spiritually decapitated being, you deserve everything that comes with that corrosive energy. Because he's just throwing corrosive, impotent energy at you. Because it's not even letting the fruit get ripe. Or you're a cunning vampire and you let the fruit get ripe, whether consciously or unconsciously, and you don't give him the sex until you want, until you can sense that the energy is there, the potency is there to where you can draw that energy. Then you know you're a vamp. Then you know you got to check yourself, because you're being vamped if you're vamping. There's no separation. Again, I'm not here to judge, because if I'm judging, then I can't not be judged. I will be judged if I judge. That's how that goes, I can't ask to not be judged and then judge people. So, and again, judgment and all that, guilt and all that, shame and pride and all that, that's too heavy. That which has no form can enter where there is no space. And that is the master. It's the master's way. 2020 Tantra on Amazon. Info in the description.